Fandom. This word may strike fear into your bones, and I don't blame you. During the early 2010s, fandom culture really exploded. Everything that you could consume with your greedy little eyes became something that someone was obsessed with and very definitely weird about. It would be impossible to count how many fandoms there are. From the really big ones to the extremely niche, you could make a fandom out of anything. Genres such as Harry Potter really exploded in popularity. Black mold-ridden turf nightmare author aside, the material showcased really had a chokehold on the entire society back then. Fan art, fan fictions, birthday parties, millennial tattoos, someone could have the chosen boy's face stamped across their back like a Daniel Radcliffe-themed tramp stamp. I won't lie, I grew up reading this series. As a kid with undiagnosed neurodivergency, I naturally latched onto it. I didn't care about J.K. Rowling, all I cared about was my 3 teenagers dunking ball and rocking shit. These characters nursed me through the trenches of urban preteen boredom. They immersed me into a world of child soldiers and taught me that no one's too young to go to prison. Harry Potter was a series that gently led me into fandom culture, holding my tender 11-year-old hand and opening the door ever so slightly. Although when I was consuming it, I had no idea about any of that fan stuff. I relied purely on canon alone. To me, and a lot of people my age, this was the exact right time to explore the internet. Vine and Amiibo dominated the market. And for a kid who'd been raised on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Minecraft 360 on the Xbox, this was overwhelmingly enticing. However, there was one piece of media that blew that door down, rushed into my mind palace, threw petrol all over the walls, and exploded that house into the introduction to fandom culture. As a preteen, my older brother became obsessed with this small little niche indie game. In turn, having little to no personality, I latched onto it, wanting something to obsess over rather than my collection of books in my room. I played the game, listened to the soundtrack, and occasionally drew the odd character. Standing in our kitchen, one of us would be packing the dishwasher and one of us would be quizzing the other one on the OST on YouTube. We did this for years. Genuinely. I'm not sure how my parents didn't latch on to the obvious aura of autism ruminating from that kitchen. This introduction to Undertale sparked my inner artist. At this point, I'd always been fascinated by fan art, and I'd like to draw the occasional character sometimes. I pretty much came out holding a multicolored ballpoint pen, so I started to draw these characters feverishly. Obsessively. My brother and I eventually worked on a hand-drawn map of the entire underground, little bits of A4 paper stuck together. It was huge. Okay, so it's the next day from filming that. I found my old Undertale drawings. I haven't seen these, so it's 2018. Haven't seen these since 2018. So cute. Oh! The marker that kept running out, I'm actually gonna start crying. I love the marker that kept running out for the brown, our first sands. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, what does this say? I want to tell you my wish. My wish is to be above the ground again with all my friends. I want to eat puff spaghetti. Sans, you said you wouldn't laugh. I'm sorry, kid. It's just... it's fine. Christ. This is someone that was on Amino, and we did an art trade, and they did a really good drawing of me, and I did a really terrible drawing of them. So, Sibiu, if you're out there, bro, I'm here. Oh. But yeah, this is Underswap Papyrus. This is fucked up. This is bad. Oh. Yeah, this is Reaper. I don't know what this is a reference to. This is partly... Oh, it's just a... It's... Oh. Internet, this is on the internet forever. I remember what I was doing! Okay, so this, was all of the AUs. I was trying to draw all of the sands from all of the AUs. I didn't get, like, that far. Bearing in mind, I'm 11. Okay, okay. Oh no! Oh! I just really loved Sans, I think. I just really loved Sans. Oh my god. Oh, there's Jacksepticeye, of course. I think this is the first Jacksepticeye fan art I ever made. Yeah, okay, so we can really see who my favorite character was. We can really see kind of who was winning. This isn't bad. And I knew it was good because I put it in a plastic sleeve. Oh, Dusttail, that's what it was. It wasn't Reapertail, it was Dusttail. And he was schizophrenic. Oh, yay. More Sans. I was excited to do this comic because I was like, I get to draw Sans like so many times. And we end with Toriel. Fucking hell. That's so dumb. So fucking stupid. As a child, I only had access to YouTube on my grubby little iPad. One fateful afternoon, in my allotted 1 hour of screen time, nestled in my old beanbag, curiosity got the better of me. Is anybody else talking about this? Does anybody else like this game as much as I do? YouTube was seemingly endless, so surely I could find something about it. And as I searched Undertale into that blindingly white little box, fandom culture exploded in front of me. Fandom isn't bad. Fandom is good. It's great, it's beautiful. It's a collection of what-ifs by a bunch of people playing pretend with each other. It's like playing mermaids in your cousin's pool if your cousin likes fish A more than fish B, and then you decided to beat the shit out of them. The Undertale fandom taught me that not everything has to be in black and white, canon and non-canon. The canon media only gives us a foundation to build off. The best example I can give is Undertale AUs, or alternate universes. Now there is a really good video on this topic by Definitely Bored Oranges, which I will link down in the description, because let's be honest, this is way too complicated for me to get into right now. But the gist is that Undertale AUs built themselves off of the canon, off of the existence of the game. If Toby Fox had never made Undertale, then obviously the AUs wouldn't exist, etc, etc. Fandom is a collection of stories told by hundreds of different people about the exact same fucking thing. I personally wasn't a fan of these AUs, I didn't really interact with them much. There were a few that I loved that I considered canon. All in all, the Undertale fandom single-handedly educated my prepubescent mind that A, liking media obsessively was not weird or unique, and B, if you liked a character, someone liked them more. Nevertheless, this YouTube search gave me one of the biggest gifts I have ever received. It taught me the existence of fanfiction has genuinely changed my life. The culmination of creativity and the freakish motivation of these people who do it for the love of the game has genuinely changed the way I read. My first instinct is not to go pick up a book. My first instinct is to hop on my little phone, search up AO3, search by Kudos, and read about my favourite characters. And past all the adult content, you get the most devastating, well-written, heartfelt works designed to rip your heart out, send you straight to hell. Fanfiction is an integral part of fandom culture, and it will continue to stay this way. The moon could crash into the side of the earth, and AO3 authors will still find a way to post. As a kid, I engaged with fanfiction on an almost daily basis. I would come home from school, load up Wattpad on my phone, and read to the little wee hours of the morning. I'd found something beautiful, and my dopamine receptors went fucking crazy. I was unstoppable. I would then go on to write the most questionable fanfiction I have ever read, constantly assaulting my English teachers with little bits of creative writing that I then decided to make. My friends had to sit by and listen to this week's new obsession. I horrifyingly read my fanfiction on the playground at lunches. I was an author, and my works had to be renowned. I suppose I never grew out of that attention-seeking mindset because I've written this video, and you're watching it. So, who's the sucker now? The one fanfiction I want to talk about in this section is a fanfiction where the majority of people have either known about it or read. A Dream Not Found fanfiction that went down in fandom history, that had changed real-world events. A fanfiction that had forever changed a fandom. There have been very few works of fanfiction that garnered as much attention as Heatwaves did. This fanfiction did it all. It was all sunshine and rainbows and records broken. Historically, fandoms can get fucking crazy. The fierce shipping wars between people resulting in death threats, doxing, real-world attacks, you name it. They just scratched the surface, and God forbid you had a differing opinion about two men who wanted to kiss each other. In the midst of the highest rate of queerbait in TV history, fandoms did not play. When it came to shipping wars, people were real and people were serious. Voltron, My Hero Academia, the Dream SMP are just a few that come to mind when I think of this subject. And with Heatwaves, the culture of shipping fictional characters were thrust into the spotlight, except now, the characters were real people. No shade to the author, they were adamant that if the fanfiction ever reached the subjects, they would take it down immediately. All things considered, they were mature and private about the entire thing. Between physical, illegal copies being sold and made, and death threats circulating Twitter, this fanfiction sparked an inextinguishable fire up beneath an entire fandom. This work had an impact that very few could predict. Eventually, it got too much for the author and they left the internet entirely. During the peak of the Dream SMP, there were so many fanfictions being written and read. I should know. I wrote one. It was not good. Not all of these fanfictions were fantastic. Mine was not, but few were great. Passerine, Flowers from 1970, etc, etc. That's what this video is about. These works captured the good that came from fandoms through creativity and the consumption of the most basic form of media, literacy. In the new light of 2025, as I wrote this script, fandoms have changed dramatically, and yet they managed to stay all the same, beautifully preserved as if set in resin for the greedy masses to look at. In the era of AI, fan works are slowly being pushed aside in the favour of uninteresting, hollow slop. Fan works are of course still alive, but in terms of engagement, it feels that we are scraping the bottom of the barrel. People are more likely to move on quicker, not getting attached to the same thing anymore. They watch the new show, they leave it, they watch the next new show. Of course, there's nothing wrong with this, it just feels like fandom is slipping into the background. People grow up, they change. The teenager that was writing those 400,000 word Harry Styles fanfictions now has a 9 to 5 and 3 kids. Historically, fanfiction and fan art make huge changes to how a piece of media progresses. Engaging with works that you personally think could benefit the canon can sometimes make it a reality. And with the era of queerbaiting almost behind us, we can look back and see how much fan works have impacted the media and their progressiveness. Not only do works of the community make a real change, they can also be a huge source of comfort for those people who are willing to immerse themselves. I learned how to draw, gained my passion for fan art and creativity through fanfiction. To know that there are thousands of people out there who are willing to embrace your art with open arms really made me want to fit into that puzzle piece. I'm a fucking fine arts major at university because I liked drawing Sans the skeleton. My life is a real-world example of what fanfiction can do to someone. I wouldn't be writing this script, sitting in a room with walls covered in the things that I love without fandom culture. If it wasn't for that fateful YouTube search, I wouldn't be able to post my art on Instagram. My roots are not in the canon media that I watch, but the beauty that surrounds it. We will never truly scrape the bottom of the barrel when it comes to fan works and fanfiction. It will persist forever in this strange, timeless, sometimes questionable corner of the internet. I've made lifelong friends from the shows that I love and the works that I've made. The world isn't black and white. Media literacy is a million different shades of grey. Anyone can do whatever the hell they want, and no one is doing it like you. Fandom is amazing, life-changing, and fucking stupid. Quizzing my brother on Undertale songs as he loads the dishwasher. To getting the opportunity to write and produce this video. Never quit creating, never stop writing, drawing, doing whatever the hell you want. Never be stagnant. There's plenty of fanfictions to be written and a dwindling population of people to write them. If you like this video, then it would mean the world for your subscription. I'm fairly new to writing, filming and producing these YouTube videos, but it takes time, and I'm willing to put it in because of the passion I have for this platform. Apparently I only need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, which is embarrassingly my lifelong dream, so anything goes a really long way. Thank you for listening. If there's any topics you think I should cover, then don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I read every single one, so it's really interesting to hear what you have to say. Again, thank you, and till next time.